Well, hello, one and all. I hope this finds you doing well. My name is Kent with SDG Replays, and I'm going to be continuing in my play from the 1979 Major League Baseball season, featuring the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pirates are going to be finding themselves in St. Louis today to face the 79 St. Louis Cardinals. On the mound for the St. Louis Cardinals will be Pete Vukuvich, and on the mound for the Pirates will be Bert Blyleven. Hope you will enjoy this game from Digital Diamond Baseball version 10 and have some fun, dig in as we play this game. Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. This is Kent with SDG Replays. I hope you're having a great Monday, and I hope you're looking forward to the week ahead. We're going to continue in my replay of the 1979 Major League Baseball season with the Pittsburgh Pirates, as we're going to find Pittsburgh visiting St. Louis in today's game. With today's game, both teams come in with pretty good records, with the Pirates coming in at 40-33. They're a game back, and St. Louis at 40-35, basically neck and neck with the Pirates, who are trailing the Expos by a game. The Cardinals are just two more in the loss column. They played two more games than the Pirates. So it's going to be the visiting Pittsburgh Pirates in St. Louis. On the mound for the Cardinals is going to be Pete Vukuvich. Let's take a look at his information here. He is a pretty good pitcher. In the season, if you look at the top line in the blue in there, he was 15-10. That was the real replay. And he was at a 3.59 ERA and a 1.26 WHIP. In this replay so far, he's 9-3 with a 3.37 ERA and a 1.25 WHIP. So pretty close to the real that he's going. So he's a good pitcher. It's going to be a challenge for the Pirates, as Vukovich will be on the mound. Pitching for the Pirates is going to be Bert Blyleven, and we can take a look at his stats here in the real life, in the blue. He was... Let me see if I can get the... Oh, that's his slugging. We'll pull him up when it's his time to pitch. Sorry about that. So let's go ahead and look at who's in the field for the Cardinals. In left field, you got Lou Brock. In center field, Tony Scott. In right field, Dane Yorg. I think that's how you pronounce it. At third base, Ken Wrights. At shortstop, Gary Templeton. Playing second, Ken Oberkfell. And at first base, Keith Hernandez. Behind the plate is Ted Kennedy. And again, Vukovich on the mound. Batting in the lineup for the Pirates, leading off, will be Omar Moreno. Playing center field, John Milner. Batting second in left field. In right field, batting third, Dave Parker. On first base and batting fourth, Willie Stargell. Batting fifth at third base, Bill Madlock. Batting sixth at short is Phil Garner. Your catcher is batting seventh, Ed Ott. In the eighth spot, shortstop, Rennie Stennett. And on the mound and batting ninth, Bert Blyleven. So that is our lineups. We will be rolling the dice with the ball roller. Let me make sure I got that set up, and away we'll go. And we are ready to rock and roll. Make sure I got everything set up to view. Yep, here we go. And let's play some baseball as the PA announcement comes across. And coming up to the plate is Omar Marino. And here is the pitch. 2-9-8 to Marino. Pitch is on its way. It's lined to second base, but Overfield's right there. Stabs it out of the air for out one. Marino's heading back to the dugout. That's going to bring up John Milner. Milner's batting .259 with 5 home runs and 19 RBIs. And here is the roll. Triple fours. Here comes the pitch from Vukovich. Chopped toward short. Templeton has it. Fires it over to first for the 6-3 putout. And out number 2. That's going to bring up Dave Parker. Parker swinging a pretty heavy stick. Can he get something done here? Here is the roll. 3-2-0. And barring an error, this looks like it's going to be 3 up, 3 down for Vukovich. Bouncing ball past Vukovich. Templeton has it. Slings it over to Hernandez. So no runs, no hits, and no errors as we go to the bottom of the second. Scoreless here in St. Louis. And leading off for the St. Louis Cardinals is Gary Templeton, followed by Lou Brock and Tony Scott. Templeton digs in, stares out at Blyleven, nobody out, and here is the roll. 9-8-6. So he's been given a fat one to hit, that high roll of 9-8-6. And it's hit sharply into left field. It goes down the line into the corner, and before he can dig it out and toss it in, Templeton's digging for third, and the speedy Templeton has led off with a lead-off triple. And so Templeton 90 feet from our first run as Lou Brock steps to the plate. I'm going to play the infield in to try to get Templeton. As Lou Brock steps up, here is the pitch from Blyleven. 1-7-8. I need to get him up to the plate first, though. Batting .317 with 3 home runs and 21 RBIs. Here is the pitch. Infield in. Fires. Grounder to the right side. Stargell corrals it. Flips it to Blyleven covering first. And that's not going to be good enough to score Templeton. So playing the infield in kept Templeton from scoring. So defenses. See, right now it's 71%. I wonder what the percentage will go to when I pull the infield in. It drops down to 66. That's the risk you play. The pulling the infield in gives them a better chance of making a hit. But we'll see what happens here. As to the plate is Tony Scott. He's a switch hitter. One gone. Templeton on third. Here is the roll. 6-8-2. And it looks like he's going to walk Scott. The infield's in. Scott steps back in. And that's low. Ball 4. So runners on the corners now with 1 out. And we're going to leave them at regular depth, hopefully to turn 2. As Hernandez steps up, the dangerous Keith Hernandez. And here is the roll. Oh boy. Big high roll. Not good news for Blyleven. Swung on. It's driven in the gap in right center. Parker's hustling after it, but not getting there. It goes to the wall, and that will score Templeton. And Scott is going for extra bases, extra base roll. And it looks like he's going to get extra bases as well, as hopefully he's just going to hold up at third, but he'll score all the way from first, so Hernandez will move to second. And that's 2 runs driven in by Keith Hernandez, as it's now 2-0 St. Louis with 1 out and a runner on second. And Dan Yorg stepping to the plate. Yorg stepping up, batting .291. Here is the pitch. 8-2-3, and these high rolls are not doing Blyleven any favors. As here comes the pitch. Swung on. It's grounded sharply to right. Stennett up with it. Over to first. Yorg extends his hitting streak to 8 games. And we got an extra base roll with a high number. 580. Hernandez around, and it is not in time. He's safe, and that'll be the 3rd run to come across here in the bottom of the first. St. Louis taking a quick 3-0 lead over Pittsburgh, as they're swinging the bat pretty well against Blyleven. York hanging out on second, still just 1 out. And Ted Kennedy to the plate. Here is the pitch. 8-3-3. Boy, these large numbers. Blyleven is getting rocked so far. Blyleven rears back, and it's flared into center field. Marino a little slow to react. He handles it, picks it up off the grass, and there looks like it's going to be another attempt for extra bases. And the roll of 601, it looks like Yorg is going to score from second as well. Score from second is Yorg, and Kennedy will take second on the throw. And it is 4-0 St. Louis here in the bottom of the first, as Pittsburgh is getting rocked here early. That'll bring up Ken Wrights. Wrights up next. And here is the roll. 7:31. And Blyleven brings the pitch, and that's ball 4. So he walks Wrights. Runners on first and second now. Hopefully they can turn 2 as Obergfell steps to the plate. Obergfell, though, is batting .301, so pretty stiff lineup here for the Cardinals. Kennedy on second, Wright stretching his lead on first. And here is the pitch. 6-8-8. And it looks like Blyleven is going to walk another, and he's walked the bases full. So Ed Ott takes a trot out to the mound to try to calm down his pitcher as he's walked the bases full. Already trailing 4-0 with just 1 out. And the pitcher Vukovich coming up. Bases are loaded. Here is the pitch. Finally, a low roll. Can they turn 2 and get out of this inning before allowing another run to come across? And he struck him out. That's just what he needed, as the pitcher Vukovich goes down swinging. But that's going to bring Templeton back to the plate with 2 outs. Bases juiced, and the Cardinals already up 4-0. Can Blyleven just get out of this inning? Here's the pitch to Templeton, and he will not. That roll of 8-9-2, and it's just going to get uglier. It's a line shot over the infield. Blistering single for Templeton, and there's going to be extra bases to be going around, as it's just going to get uglier and uglier here for Blyleven. Green light from the coaching box. The runners keep going. Parker might have a play. He can't. Kennedy scores. Wright scores. And on to third goes Obergfell. And Templeton takes second. And it is now 6-0 here in the first inning, as Blyleven is getting pounded. I'm just trying to get him out of the inning now, because it's too late now as Lou Brock steps to the plate. Here's the pitch to Brock. He's 0 for 1 on the day. And here is the pitch. And it's a 6.99. And he will walk Brock. And I hate to pull him into first, but he's got to come out. He has been... No, I'm going to leave him in. Can he get Scott? As Tony Scott comes up to the plate, bases loaded, dripping with Cardinals, and already down 6-0. Here is the pitch. And it just got uglier. He's coming out now. Woo-wee. It's another hit. Swung on. Line sharply toward center field. Drops in front for a clean single for Scott. Weak throw back to the infield, and Templeton is going to take advantage. Here comes Overfield. Here comes Templeton to score. And Brock scoots to second, and it's 8-0. And Blyleven's got to come out. Man, he has been rocked. And I'm going to bring in a left-hander. Coming in this early, man. Oh, my goodness. This is not good news for Pittsburgh. Oh, man. Bring in Dave Roberts. He's a long relief. Just to try to get them out of this mess. They're down 8-0 here in the first. What a pounding they have taken as Robert comes in. Not a very good fielding pitcher. As Robert steps up, he's got an ERA of 3.26. Let's see how he goes. As he's facing the dangerous Hernandez with 2 runners on. Here's the pitch to Hernandez. And looks like he will get him with the roll of 361. If I can get myself caught up. He's batting .341 with 5 home runs and 36 RBIs. But 2 down here in the bottom of the first. 8-0. And it looks like Roberts is going to get him out of the inning. And it looked like I hung on with Blyleven too long. He got totally toasted. Garner gets it as he's hit it sharply over to Stargell. But 8 runs after 6 hits. 2 runners left on. It is 8-0. St. Louis over Pittsburgh as we go to the second inning. And a lot of ground to be covered by the Pirates as Stargell steps up to the plate, just shaking his head with what has unfolded before him. Here is the pitch. And it's a low roll of 0-2-1. Seems like the ball roller is rolling high for St. Louis and low for Pirates. As that strike 3 called, as Vukovich locked him up with a breaking ball. And that's going to bring up Bill Madlock. Madlock's batting .167. 1 gone here in the top of the second. And here is the pitch from Vukovich as Madlock steps in. One, 4-2. Here comes the pitch. Swung on. It's a fly ball. Left center field. Tony Scott racing to it. Calls off Brock, and it'll make the catch for out number 2. And that'll bring up Phil Garner to the plate. Garner batting .293 as he steps in. Here's the pitch from Vukovich. 6-1-4. Pitch is on its way. Soft line drive to center field. Scott rushes in on it. Nice play. Garner's out. No runs, no hits. No one left on. And after we go to the bottom of the second with St. Louis up 8-0 here in St. Louis. That'll bring up Dan Yorg for the Cardinals. He's 1 for 1 with an RBI on the day here at the bottom of the second. And, Here comes the pitch to Yorg. 2-7-9. Pitch is delivered by Roberts. One hopper up the middle. Garner ranges over toward it, grabs it on the run, fires it over to Stargell for out number 1 here in the bottom of the second. And that's going to bring up Ted Kennedy. Kennedy batting .250. 1 gone. Bottom of the second. And here is the dice roll. 4-2-7. Here comes the pitch to Kennedy. Roberts cranks it, deals, lined hard to right field, but Parker's right there to handle it. Makes the catch for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up Ken Wrights with 2 away. Wrights batting .268. And here is the pitch. 6-4-3. Wrights digs in. Here comes the pitch. He swung on. It's a soft line drive up the middle, just over the infield, and drops in front of Marino in center field for a single for Ken Wrights. But it's going to be a throwing error on Marino as it slips out of his hands on the throw, and Wrights will take an extra base, and that's going to be an E8 on the throwing error by Marino. So last thing Roberts wanted to see is a base runner on second as Ken Oberkfell digs in. 2 gone. Wrights takes a slight lead off a second. Here is the pitch. 6-36 to Oberkfell. Oberkfell steps in. Pitch comes from Roberts. Hard line drive to right field, right into the glove of the waiting Dave Parker. So there'll be no runs on 1 hit and a man left on. And after 2, it's St. Louis 8, Pittsburgh nothing. So we go to the top of the third, and due up for the Pirates is Ed Ott, Rennie Stennett, and Dave Roberts. Ott batting .321 with 2 home runs and 23 RBI. So he's been swinging a pretty good bat so far in this season. Here's the pitch from Vukovich. 4-4-8. Vukovich toes the rubber, deals. It's hit towards second base. Oberkfell charging up with it in a hurry and throws it out to Hernandez, and he retires Ott for out number 1. And that's going to bring up Rennie Stennett with 1 out. Stennett coming to the plate batting .238 with OPS of .581. Here is the pitch. 581. Matching his OPS. As Stennett steps in with 1 out. Vukovich has a sign. He winds, fires. It's popped up to second base. Vukovich, Oberkfell, and Templeton all converging on him, but Oberkfell calls them off, makes an easy catch for out number 2, and that's going to bring the pitcher Roberts to the plate. And he's just going to try to swing away and get something done as the pitch comes from Vukovich to Roberts. 2-5-1. And Vukovich, barring an error, will get through another inning with no hits. Struck him out. as he put some mustard on that pitch. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on. And after 2.5, we go to the bottom of the third. St. Louis 8, Pittsburgh nothing. Dave Roberts on the mound for the Pirates after Bert Blyleven got rung up, smacked around, slapped around, abused, confused, and sent back to the bullpen as the Cardinals lead 8-0. And stepping to the plate is the pitcher Vukovich. Then Templeton and Brock. Here's the pitch from Roberts to Vukovich. He's 0 for 1 on the day. And here is the dice roll. 6-5-5. As he swings away, Roberts wheels and deals, winds and fires. It's stroked to center field, but it's right at Marino, who makes the catch easily. Can of corn, Del Monte, as he makes that play easily. That's going to bring up Gary Templeton. With one down, Templeton stands in. He entered this game batting .329 with a home run and 38 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Templeton. 2-1-9 is the roll as Roberts toes the rubber, turns, sets, delivers. It's a hard line drive right at Rennie Stennett at second. Grabs it out of the air, taking a hit away from Templeton. So that's 2 outs now as Lou Brock comes to the plate. 2 down, Brock stepping up, 0 for 1 on the day. 2 gone, bottom of the third. And here is the pitch, 4-5-6. Pick up some sticks as Brock steps in. Roberts ready, deals, grounded hard to short. Up with it is Garner over to first for out number 3. So we go to the top of the fourth with St. Louis still up 8-0. And up for the Pirates is Marino, Milner, and Parker. Marino entered the game batting .293 with 4 home runs and 4 RBIs. Pete Vukuvich pitching well. Here is the pitch from Vukovich. 9-5-8. It looks like, barring a outstanding play from someone in the field, it's going to be the no-hitter is going to be gone for Vukovich. Pitch is on his way. Off speed. In the air to left field. Could be trouble. Brock picking the ball up from the bat, and that's going to get him and go to the wall for a double. So he did not play it well. Misplayed the ball. Let it get to the wall. And Marino's safely on second. And we will attempt to get a lead for Marino to see if he can steal third. And we'll roll for that lead. It's got to be under 370, though, and it will not be. He will not get the lead. Will he get back to second safely is the question. As he takes that lead, Vukovich throws to second, safe. Marino got back, but he will not be attempting to steal this at-bat as Milner steps in. Milner batting .276. Here is the pitch to Milner. 3-6-3. Can he move Marino over as the pitch comes from Vukovich? It's hit to first. Hernandez grabs it, hustles to the bag ahead of Milner for the out, but Marino will head to third. So that does put Marino 90 feet. And Dave Parker stepping to the plate. And Parker 0 for 1 on the day, but came into the game batting .338 with 11 home runs and 54 RBIs. 1 gone, top of the fourth. Marino on third. Here is the pitch. 696. And Vukovich, being careful with the dangerous Parker, delivers the pitch, ball 4. So Parker draws the walk. And that's going to bring up Willie Stargell. Stargell 0 for 1 on the day. Runners at the corners. And here comes the pitch as Stargell steps in. 3-8-2. Hopefully it won't be a double play. Maybe he can score Marino to get Pittsburgh on the boards. Stargell hits a hard ground ball to Vukovich. He goes to Obergefell for the force and down to first in time. Double play. Oh no, it was a soul-killing, hope-crushing double play to end that rally. So no runs come across, and we go to the bottom of the 4th with St. Louis still up 8-0. And due up for St. Louis, Scott, Hernandez, and Jorg. Dave Roberts has pitched well since he came in as Tony Scott strides to the plate. 1 for 1 on the day with 2 RBIs as he steps in here in the bottom of the 4th. Here is the pitch. 786. As Roberts cranks, deals, it's swung on, it's hit on the button towards first base. Too hot to handle. It gets into right field. Parker is on it quickly and fires it back in to hold Scott to a single. So Tony Scott safely on it first as Keith Hernandez comes to the plate. 1 for 2 on the day with 2 RBIs. No outs. Scott taking a stretch off of first. And here comes the pitch to Hernandez. Oh boy. 9-8-7. And the hit parade continues to go on for St. Louis as Roberts toes the rubber, winds, delivers. It's lifted deep to left field. Back goes Milner. He reaches up. He can't get it. And it's going to be a long double for Hernandez. And they give a red light from the coaching box, and they hold Scott. So we have runners on second and third now with no outs. And coming to the plate is Jorg. As they didn't wave Scott home. As Dane Jorg comes to the plate. And here is the pitch. 3-2-8 to Jorg. Scott edging down third. Hernandez taking a lead off second. It's lifted to left. Milner sails under it. Waited. Catches it easily. A long fly out to left field. And can Scott score from third, tagging up? And the throw from Milner as Scott is tagging up. And he's out at the plate. Milner guns down Scott for out number 2. And it's definitely what the doctor ordered. But Roberts now is tired. I'm just going to try to get him out of the inning as Ted Kennedy steps up with a runner on second, 2 outs. And Kennedy stepping to the plate. 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI. Henderson takes a lead off of second. And here is the pitch. 8-1-8. Again, these high rolls are biting the Pirates. It's a line drive hit into right field. Parker comes up to take it on a hop. So it's going to be a single for Kennedy. Hernandez ran right through the stop sign from the coaching box. And he makes a strong throw, but it's offline. And that's another run across as Hernandez scores from second. And Kennedy will make his way to second on the throw. So with 2 outs, another run comes across. And it's now 9-0. St. Louis here in the bottom of the 4th. And now Ken Wright stepping to the plate. Kennedy on second. Here is the pitch. 6-1-7. And as it looks like it may be it for Roberts today too, as He's going to walk Wright's pass ball. It's a pass ball. So that'll send Kennedy down to third. Ott got crossed up on the slider by Roberts. So Kennedy now on third, as Wrights will get another pitch to hit with 2 outs. Kennedy on third. Here is the pitch. 2-8-7. And can Roberts get out of this inning? Barring an error, he will, as the pitch comes from Roberts to Wrights. Slow roller to short, Garner up with it. Over to Stargell, but not after another run comes across on 3 hits. And they left a man on. And we go to the top of the 5th with St. Louis up 9-0. And due up for Pittsburgh will be Bill Madlock, Phil Gardner, and Ed Ott. Madlock 0 for 1 on the day as we go to the top of the 5th. Here is the pitch from Vukovich. 7.99. As Vukovich winds and deals. Madlock waits. It's a fastball that's line drive into the left side, just over the infield. It's a base hit as Brock cut off the throw, and it's a single for Madlock. And Madlock will look to steal, as he's got a 90% chance to get the lead and an 82% chance to get to steal. That's a roll for the steal. He will get the lead. Now to roll for the steal. And he will get gunned down, it looks like. The roll of 8.84. He needed to be under 8.20. Madlock goes. A throw from Kennedy, and it's in time. They got him as Obergefell makes the tag, and they gun down Madlock as I tried to get something going, but nothing is going right for Pittsburgh in this game, as that'll bring Phil Garner up to the plate, batting .277 with 4 home runs and 27 RBIs, and watch him get an extra base hit and take a run off the board as Vukovich goes into his windup. Here is the pitch from Vukovich. 4-3-0. And it won't be a hit. It's a hard line drive right at Wrights, and he takes a hit away from Garner for out number 2. And that's going to be bring Rennie Stennett to the plate. Ed Ott to the plate. And here is the pitch from Vukovich to Ott. 0-7-1, and he got nasty with this one. That low roll of 0-7-1. Vukovich winds and deals. Strike 3 swinging. No runs on 1 hit and nobody left on base. And we go to the bottom of the 5th with St. Louis still up 9-0. And I got a redlining Dave Roberts coming to the plate, so he is going to have to come out. I wanted to try to get to his spot in the lineup, but it ain't going to happen. He's exhausted, so he's going to have to come out. Let's bring in the lefty Jackson, unless I got another lefty that's can be helpful. Can't use Rooker. He's up, the upcoming starter. Candelaria is fatigued, so it will be Jackson coming in. Just don't know how long I can expect him to be on the mound. As Jackson comes in, he comes in with a 2.96 ERA. So he's pitching well. Just hope he can keep it up, as no one has pitched well so far for Pittsburgh today, as it's just been St. Louis Day here in St. Louis. So Jackson coming in relief. Obergefell steps in, 0 for 1 on the day. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. And here is the pitch. 0-9-3. As Jackson comes in, sets, winds, deals, delivers, slow curveball, and he swayed at it and missed. Strike 3 as Jackson rings him up. It's going to bring up the pitcher, Vukovich. Vukovich bats 152. It's 0 for 2 on the day, bottom of the 5th. As Vukovich steps in, here's the pitch from Jackson. 1-3-1. Looks like Jackson coming in with some nasty stuff so far, but don't have to be too nasty for the pitcher. Swing and a miss as Vukovich is air conditioning the stadium as he fans away. And that'll bring up Gary Templeton to the plate. 2 for 3 on the day with 2 RBIs. 2 outs as Templeton steps in. Here's the pitch from Jackson. 0-5-9. Jackson come in. We should have started Jackson the way he's pitching as he's come in. Jackson fires. Templeton takes it for strike 3. So no runs, no hits, and nobody left on base. And we go to the top of the 6th. St. Louis 9, Pittsburgh nothing. And coming to the plate will be Stennett, Jackson, and Marino. Rennie Stennett, 0 for 1 on the day. Nobody on as we're at the top of the 6th. Here's the pitch to Stennett. 377. Here comes a pitch from Vukovich, who is pitching nasty stuff today. This one's lined to center field. Tony Scott right there. Hit hard, but it won't fall in as he catches it to retire Stennett. That's going to bring up the pitcher Jackson to hit. And at this point in the game, he's going to be hitting away as Vukovich looks at his counterpart. Here is the pitch. 3-7-1. And here is the pitch. Winds and deals. A soft line drive to the right side, just over the infield, but just got hung up in the air long enough for Jorg to settle underneath it for out number 2. And coming to the plate will be Omar Marino. He did enter the game batting .293 with 4 home runs and 41 RBIs. But we have 2 down. Can we get something going here in the 6th as Vukovich winds and deals? And here comes the pitch to Marino, 9-0-8. With 2 down to Marino. It's a fastball, soft line drive to the right side, just over the infield, drops in front of Jorg. He cuts it off, but that will give Marino a single. And settling into the box now will be John Milner. He entered the game batting .259 with 5 home runs and 19 RBIs. 2 outs. Marino parked on first. And he will attempt to take the lead. Well, a 4-4-0. He will get the lead, but can he steal the base? He was gunned down by Kennedy his last attempt. And this time, he gets a great lead off of first. Here comes the pitch from Vukovich. Marino breaks for second. The throw from Kennedy is a good one, but Marino this time ahead of the ball slides in safely. So now Marino on second as Milner steps up, hoping to drive a run in. As Marino filling his oats out there on second. Takes another big lead off second. And he will break for third as he gets the lead again. Trying to rattle Vukovich. Can he get the steal? And Kennedy up with it. Marino breaking for third. The throw from Kennedy, and it's right on the money. They nail him. No runs, 1 hit, and nobody left on base. And I just feel with trailing 9-0, you got to get risky to try to manufacture runs, and what did it do? It bit me on the behind as we trailed 9-0 in the bottom of the 6th. And coming to the plate for the Cardinals will be Lou Brock, Tony Scott, and Keith Hernandez. As Jackson looks to continue the good pitching. Here comes the pitch. 7-1-0. He fires. Hard line drive right to short. Garner's right there to take a hard hit ball away from Brock. As Jackson now looks at Tony Scott stepping to the plate. Tony Scott sets in. 1 down, bottom of the 6th. Here is the roll. 9-0-8. Whenever you have those 9s in the front, you know it's not good news for the pitcher. Swung on, grounded sharply to the left, past Garner into left field. Milner comes up with it, fires it in quickly, and Tony Scott has himself a single with 1 out. And Keith Hernandez stepping to the plate. Hernandez, 2 for 3 on the day with 2 RBIs. Scott on first. And here's the pitch. 1-4-6. Can they turn 2 and get out of this inning as Jackson is beginning to fatigue? Hernandez. Broken bat bouncer to Stargell. He gets it on the good hop, underhands it to Jackson to retire Hernandez, but that will maneuver Scott to second. Stargell had to dodge a fragmented bat coming his way. So with 2 outs, Tony Scott on second. That'll bring up Dan Yorg to the plate. Yorg on the day came into the game batting .317 with 10 RBIs. 2 outs, Scott takes his lead. Here's the pitch to Dane. 1-4-0. As Jackson plants, delivers, got him swinging with the curveball. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left on. And we go to the top of the 7th with St. Louis in a laugher, 9-0 over Pittsburgh. And due up for Pittsburgh is Milner, Parker, and Stargell. Milner moves to the box. Vukovich into the windup and the pitch. 5-6-1. Milner swinging away. Pitches on the way. It's lined towards left field, but right at Ken Wrights, who makes a leaping catch on the line drive by Milner for out number 1. Parker's next. He's 0 for 1 on the day. 1 gone here in the top of the 7th. And here's the pitch to Parker. 9-2-8. And the pitch comes from Yorg to Parker. Whoops. Got to get that entered in. Vukovich into his windup. The pitch swung on, fly ball to center field, slicing away from Scott. He can't get to it, and it gets by him and goes to the wall. And that is going to be a double for Dave Parker. With 1 out, we got a runner on second. And can we at least just get a run in for Pittsburgh for it not to be a total lesson in futility? That's going to bring up Willie Pop Stargell to the plate with Parker on second. Here's the pitch to Stargell. 1-3-2. And Stargell takes hefty swings at about anything, and it's a wild pitch. Kennedy about to almost made a great play there, but the ball got by him. And Parker moves to third. That's going to give Stargell another shot at it. As now Dave Parker's 90 feet away from the first run for Pittsburgh as the pitch comes to Pops. 5-15. Can he bring Parker home for at least a run for the Pirates? Vukovich. It's hit sharply to right at third. It's a high chopper to third, but that'll be an error as he boots it, kicks it, flubs it, and Sargent will be safe, and Parker will score. So that's the first run coming across for Pittsburgh. Finally, as Bill Madlock now steps in, Willie Sargent on first, and Vukovich kind of disgusted that he lost the shutout on a booted error by his third baseman. He just glances over at him, nods his head, and says, que sera, que sera. What will be, will be. As Bill Madlock steps in, here's the pitch from Vukovich. 7:23. And can Pittsburgh get something going here as the pitch comes? It's swung on, hit into center field. Scott has a long way to go, and he's going to fall in there for a base hit, and there'll be a single for Madlock. 66% chance. No, I'm going to hold him. Just don't like the odds. So they hold Stargell. Now comes up Phil Garner with runners on first and second with one out. Runners taking slight leads as Garner steps in. Here's the pitch from Vukovich. 1-5-1, and maybe I should have sent him. As the pitch comes to Garner, line to left, right there is Brock, and he pulls it in to take the hit away from Garner, and that's going to bring up Ed Ott. Ott's 0 for 2 on the day. Runners on first and second. As Ed Ott steps in, Vukovich looking just to hold it to one run. As here comes the pitch to Ott, and it looks like he will. As he gets nasty with Ott. Lines, fires, a swing and a miss. Vukovich got him with a changeup. One run, 2 hits, and 2 runners left on. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. St. Louis 9, Pittsburgh 1. And Grant Jackson, heavily fatigued, but I'm going to leave him in there. Why not? See if he can just get out of it. I can't use up all my pitchers in this one game. 7th inning stretch. Kennedy adjusts his gloves. Now he's ready. And here comes the pitch. 1-9-0. Good pitch from Jackson. Jackson plants his foot, deals. Line to right, but Parker's right there. Dave Parker makes the play easily for out number 1. And that's going to bring up Ken Wrights. So far, he's 1 for 2 on the day. 1 out, bottom of the 7th. Here is the pitch. 184. Pitch is on its way. Loop to shallow left. Madlock going out. Milner coming in. And look out. They're both still after it. Milner finally gives way, and Madlock makes a difficult catch for out number 2. So they made the simple look complex as Madlock makes the basket catch for out number 2. And that's going to bring up Ken Oberkfell. He entered the game batting .400. My goodness, Oberkfell. 2 away. Here's the pitch to Ken. 0-7-4. As Jackson breathing heavy but bringing heat. Strike 3 called as he paints the outside corner. No runs, no hits, and nobody left. And we go to the top of the 8th. St. Louis 9, Pittsburgh 1. And due up is Stennett, Jackson, and Marino. Stennett batting .265 with a home run and 24 RBIs. Here comes the pitch from Vukovich. And that rhymed. 6-8-7. Top of the 8th. Vukovich with the pitch. Hit to short. Line sharply up the middle, but Templeton spears it out of the air for the nice play for out number 1. That's going to bring up Grant Jackson, who is going to be pitch hit 4 because he was already sucking wind last inning. And we'll bring in Matt Alexander to pitch hit. No, he's not good. Let's bring in no, not him either. Let's just bring in Lee Lacy. I know he's a righty, but the other ones were fatigued. Oh, man, he's 70% chance for an out, but it's better than the 83% Jackson was. Lacy entered the game batting .245 with 2 home runs and 12 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Lacy. 7-6-8. Good roll for Lacy. As Lacy, with a good eye, comes in and takes ball 4 because it's in the dirt. That's easy one to lay off of. So Lacy's safely on first, and that'll bring up Omar Marino. Marino 2 for 3 on the day. The only one that's been swinging the bat, really. Here comes the pitch to Marino. 683. Vukovich now beginning to waver and tire himself as he goes into the windup. He brings the pitch, and it's in the dirt again, and that's ball 4. So over to second goes Lacy. So runners on first and second. And Milner comes up batting .259, 5 home runs and 19 RBIs. Lacy takes a slight lead off of second. Marino stretching his lead on first. And here comes the pitch from Vukovich. 0-5-3. Milner hoping to get some runners in. Vukovich plants sinker, chased and missed by Milner for strike 3. So that's out number 1 as he got Milner to chase a sinker. And that'll bring up Dave Parker. Parker 1 for 2 on the day, 2 outs. Lacy leads off second. Marino edging off the bag at first. Can Parker do something with this? Here is the pitch. 4-6-7. As Parker gets something to swing at. Vukovich deals. There's a liner to center field, but coming up to get it is Scott. And no runs, no hits. 2 runners left on here. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. St. Louis 9, Pittsburgh 1. And I need a new pitcher. Does it really matter who I bring in here down 9? I'm not going to bring in Vukovich here. It'd be an insult to him. Bring in Romo. Just do some mopping action. To mop up this mess that Bert Blyleven left, Romo steps in as Pete Vukuvich looks to pitch a complete game. Or will they pull him? Can't imagine they will, up 9-1. And they will not. Here is the pitch. And he gets one to swing away at. 9-2-0 as Romo comes in and gives Vukovich a fat one over the plate. It's lined into center field, and it's going to get down in front of Marino. Base hit for the pitcher Vukovich. As the pitching by Pittsburgh has been dismal today. As Gary Templeton steps in, 2 for 4 on the day with 2 RBIs. Nobody out, bottom of the 8th. Vukovich takes his lead off first. Here is the pitch. 7-4-3. It's like the ball roller app doesn't like the Pirates today as Romo glances over at first. Here comes the pitch, and it's hit into left field. Miller picks it up quickly, holds Templeton to a single, but will move Vukovich over to second. And with no outs, runners on first and second, and Romo has come in and said, I am going to see if I can outdo Blyleven. Just what we don't need. Brock up 0 for 3 on today. Bottom of the 8th. 2 runners on. Here is the pitch. 6-8-1. And what does Romo come in and do? He is going to load the bases on a pitch that's wild. No, he's not going to load the bases. It's a wild pitch, and it's going to move the runners over. Vukovich to third and Templeton to second. And with the wild pitch, I'm going to bring the fielders in. I don't know why, but I don't want the runs to get to 10 as Lou Brock steps in. Runners on second and third. Brock 0 for 3 on the day. Nobody out. Here's the pitch. 1-1-2. And a pitch from Romo to Brock. Infield in. Here comes the pitch. And he gets him on the big overhand breaking ball. Strike 3 as he waves at it as it goes by for out number 1. And we'll still have the infield in. Probably foolish with trailing 9-1, but that's what I'm doing. As Tony Scott steps to plate, 3 for 3 on the day. Vukovich measures his lead. Templeton on second. Here's the pitch. 106. And Romo, not wanting to be join the futility line, brings the pitch, toes the rubber, winds, deals for strike 3. Romo adds another K to his collection. A foolish, empty collection right now, trailing 9-1. And that's going to bring up Keith Hernandez with runners on first and second. Staring down Hernandez is Romo. He's 2 for 4 on the day with 2 RBIs. And here is the pitch. 9-13. Not a 9-1-3. As he gives one to Hernandez, he lines it into left field for a base hit. And it was hit right in front of Milner. A weak throw back in, and Templeton is going to take advantage. Scoring from third is Vukovich, and Templeton's going to score. So 2 more runs come across, and it is now 11-1 here in the bottom of the 8th. And Keith Hernandez safely on at first as Dan York comes to the plate. He's 1 for 4 on the day with an RBI. Seems like everybody for St. Louis has an RBI today. Here is the pitch from Romo. 5-3-4. And Romo toes the rubber, winds, deals. It's wrapped to the left side. Matlock spears it on a short hop, throws it to first, but not after 2 runs come across on 3 hits. They did leave a man on, but now it's 11-1. St. Louis as we go to the 9th. We need somebody, a mercy killing, please, as this has got out of hand. 14 hits by St. Louis and 11 runs scored. Oh, my. As Willie Pop Stargell steps to the plate and says, somebody just get me out of here. Vukovich with the pitch to Stargell. 4-2-9. To Willie Pop Stargell. Vukovich has a sign, winds, fires. It's a little roller to Hernandez. He picks it up, tosses it to Vukovich, covering the bag for out number 1. That's going to bring up Bill Madlock, 2 for 3 on the day. He's hit well for Pittsburgh. Maybe he can continue as Vukovich looks to close out the day. 9-1-9. As he plants his foot. High drive to center field and deep. Scott's going back, but he's not going to be able to head it off. It gets to the wall, and Madlock has a stand-up double. And that's going to be it for Vukovich. They're going to bring in Thomas from the bullpen. Let's take a look at Thomas. Roy Thomas, 26 years old, coming in to pitch. He was 3-4 in the regular season in 26 games. Hit a 2.92 ERA. And he's going to come in and just clean this thing up and just get this game over with as Thomas comes in. Phil Garner stepping to the plate, and somebody just end this thing as we now have a runner on second and Phil Garner stepping to the plate. Here is the pitch. 0-3-6 as he comes in. 0-3-6, pick up sticks or pick up your bat as you swung wildly and missed. And that's a strikeout for out number 2, and we're down to our last out, and somebody put us out of our misery here for the Pittsburgh Pirates here in St. Louis as Ott steps in. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch to Ed Ott. 249. I need to get the box up there, though. There we go. 249. And this should be it. Somebody put us out of our misery in this slaughter. Thomas looks for the side. The pitch. It's an easy ground ball to Ogerfeld. Up with it. Over to Hernandez in plenty of time. And this one is over as St. Louis wins it big. 11-1 over Pittsburgh. And let's check today's games. Let's check the box scores from other games as they come up. See, Boston took a 4-3 game over Kansas City. In Cleveland and Chicago, it's Cleveland 3, Chicago 2. That would be the White Sox. In Seattle, Minnesota 7, Seattle 6. In our game between Texas and Baltimore, it's Texas 9, Baltimore 7. Montreal took a loss against the Cubs, 1-0. The New York Mets dropped 1 to Philly, 4-3. California Angels lost to Oakland, 8-7. Toronto took a tight one, 5-4 over Detroit. Is that Milwaukee? 4, New York Yankees 3. San Francisco Giants lost to Atlanta 8-7. Houston takes it over Cincinnati 7-4, and the Dodgers 5-3 over San Diego. And that's our games, today's games. Let's close this one out. No use to even looking at the box score as I am playing this season as Pittsburgh. I don't want to see the misery. But we can take a look at the standings so far after taking that brutal loss to St. Louis. What are we going to be looking at? And let me get my dice roller this off the screen. It's in my way. It's not in yours. That's going to drop Pittsburgh to 40-34, and they're now 2.5 games back of Philly, who is now overtook the lead over Montreal. Philly is a game and a half up on Montreal. St. Louis evened themselves up with Pittsburgh, 2.5 games back of Philly, leading in the NL East. In the AL East, the Red Sox are at 49-29, game and a half up on the Orioles. They got a run differential of plus 73. It's pretty amazing. Minnesota is leading in the AL West, 6 games up on Kansas City. And then in the NL West, the Astros are 3.5 up on the Reds. Look at the run differential for the Reds, though, plus 109. They must not be getting very good pitching from their staff, but they are just 3.5 games back. So that's where we're at so far in this Digital Diamond season from 1979. I have just let it autoplay or fast play for a big majority of the season, but we're getting deeper into the season now, and things are beginning to shape up, and Pittsburgh needs to get on it. But they're just 2.5 games back, so they're right in the thick of things. They're 6-4 in their last 10. Let's take a look at some of the leaders. In the AL, you got Fred Lynn on top with a .347 batting average, tied with Bill Wilfong. Home run leaders in the AL is Gorman Thomas, just 1 home run up on Jim Rice. And the batting leaders with RBI is Ken Singleton with 72. Let's take a look in the National League. You do have Dave Parker in third at .338, one of the players on my Pittsburgh team. But you have Keith Hernandez on top with .345. Dave King Kong Kingman leading in home runs with 26, and Ted Simmons with the RBIs at 71. Simmons is at .340, and if he could get on a tear from home runs, he could be a threat to be a Triple Crown winner. But Kingman is kind of thwarting that right now. Now let's go look at the pitching. Oops, got a little crazy there, carried away. Pitching for the AL, you got Jack Morris on top of ERA with 1.85 ERA for Morris, pitching lights out. Leading in wins would be Kuzman, and then the save leader is Jim Kern. National League, you got Rick Williams up with a 2.12, followed by Seaver and Swan in the 2.40 and 2.47 wins. Steve Rogers at 13, and save is Elias Sosa. Kent Colby is in the leaderboard with 10 for Pittsburgh. MVP votes in the AL, you have Roy Smalley leading with 192. Cy Young in the American League, Jerry Kuzman with 175. In the National League, you do have Dave Parker in the running for the NL MVP. He's currently running in 4th with 178 votes, trailing Smith's 185. And the Cy Young is currently Steve Rogers with 165. So that's going to be it for me today from St. Louis, as the Pirates got pummeled 11-1. I hope you have a great day and enjoy the day that God has given you. Soli Deo Gloria. Thanks for stopping in, and while you're here, hit that like and share button. And I would love to have you subscribe where I can keep this channel going. Hit the notification bell where you'll know when my next video drops. And I hope you have a great day. Soli Deo Gloria.